What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with Dark Outpost, and a couple days ago we got to learn a little bit more about the High Republic, the supposedly original story that's going to take place about 200 years before the prequels. And we saw the reaction from a lot of, we'll say like this side of fandom. A lot of people thinking it's cringe, a lot of people thinking that this main character is just absolutely perfect, just another female Mary Sue character that's going to lead this story for Star Wars. And it turns out that even some other people think the same exact way. Even Reylos think the High Republic is going to be trash. Even Reylos think that this new character, Avar Kriss, is a Mary Sue. What does that tell you, Lucasfilm? You are missing your target audience now, who at least you did have some of them on that Reylo bandwagon, but not even they want to buy this stuff. So this is an article from Disney Star Wars' dumb Itchy Baka. Did capture a bunch of these tweets from Reylos, and we're going to go through them and see exactly what the Reylo fandom thinks about Avar Kriss and the High Republic. And again, you could screen cap a bunch of tweets from a couple people saying they're in the fandom menace, and you could put them together and paint a story, but I do think it's interesting to see some of these Reylos' perspective on this character. So here we go. The High Republic was not made for Reylos. You've undoubtedly read about the silly new characters from the High Republic publishing effort, which may or may not be designed to create interest for setting the advance of a 2022 feature film set in the period. Here's one of those characters, and this is Avar Kriss. This is a little better picture. Not great concept art, not the most feminine, kind of the standard for Lucasfilm when they put out these new female characters for us, but that's what we got. Saw a redesign of this actually by Stephen Wayne that looked really awesome, so you should check that out. But here is the biography, so let's just refresh you guys on this. Avar is the brightest, most noble example of Jedihood. Of course, this is in an era where Yoda is still living, and Yoda is part of the Jedi Order. So what does that tell you? She's even better than him. She always tries to see the good in people and situations and never puts herself first. She is invigorated about life on the frontier and the challenges it brings, and it is an inspiration for those who work with her. She is compassionate, not dogmatic, and always ready to sacrifice herself over others. Avar Kriss is the best of the best. Wow, what an interesting character. She's absolutely perfect in every single way. Can't wait to learn more. Oh wait, she's perfect. It doesn't matter. That was a lot of our reaction. But let's see some other people. Well, it turns out Reylos aren't too happy with this character or the publishing effort in general. Snicker with derisive amusement as you read Lucasfilm's new targeted audience reject their latest pandering efforts. And so here is a screenshot of, hashtag a Reylo right here, who's going to be talking a lot of this. This is when Avar Kriss, this is the biography we just read. This person says, know your place seems the explicit mandate for female characters. This is a disaster of a female lead and I will not be reading it. Okay, there's one opinion. Now you see a couple people who also didn't think that design was a little lacking. This is another interesting redesign for this character. Since the new Star Wars new female lead seemed a bit unrelatable, I decided to give my personal interpretation. This is all in good fun, don't look too much into it. It's kind of funny. Constant meh expression. Who has time to go to a hair salon anyway? These are not pajama pants. Not at all. They are. Just silly things like that. But, and then they show this. For reference, in case you don't know what I'm talking about, yeah, this is a thing. And they show this trash art of the High Republic. Okay, that's a girl? First off, I didn't know. Looked like a guy. Wow, those are aggressive words from that side of the fandom over there. This, was it so hard to make her that way? Now I want a fan fiction of the fixed character. And of course, a lot of these people are Reylos. You can go and you can check their profiles and see what they retweeted or see if it's actually in their bio. Who designed these characters and what kind of vibe were they going for? I clearly have issues, but this lady looks like weird combo of He-Man and She-Ra from those 80s cartoons. Yes, and maybe the newer version of She-Ra from what I've heard. Not that interests me or anything, but then you have this, people saying that people have more of a craving for Reylo than they do for High Republic. In 1 hour, more engagement with a Ben Ray post than 13 hours for a new High Republic post. Also, there's almost no female engagement with the High Republic post. I don't know exactly how they determined that, to be quite honest, and that's Charles Soule, who is one of the big writers who's going to be writing the first novel to kick off the High Republic. I'm really sorry for Charles, but that's what you get when someone tells the fans to move on. There you go. Now some of the Reylos feel that way too. It's not just other people who have been saying that for the entirety of this Disney sequel trilogy. TROS made me loathe the Jedi. This is an interesting perspective. TROS made me loathe the Jedi, so hearing these descriptions just makes me angry. And that was a big part of this sequel trilogy, was the deconstruction of the Jedi to basically make you think that they were worthless the entire time. So now you're going back and trying to tell this grand story about Jedi. Who's going to be invested in that? This one, look at this. And you can just tell by this profile picture, which is Rey and Kylo kissing, that this definitely is a Reylo. I'm not sure another white woman in high esteem with no perceived faults that other POC characters look up to is the kind of leading character Star Wars needs right now, but I could be wrong. Oof. The whole description is cringy to read if you ask me. These are Reylos saying that this is cringy. Just think about that. All I understand is this. Boring. Yeah, it's not as interesting as the Skywalker saga. Wow. Now listen. If they're talking about episodes 1 through 6, well, yeah, of course. If they're talking about the Palpatine saga that got tacked on to the end of that, that is a sick burn right there. Not just white, but blonde virginal martyr. Woo, Star Wars needs to inject some diversity. They're like, but it's a woman. Look at us doing so well. And again, if you do check some of these people, like this is this person's profile where they're, tweeting things about Kylo and Rey together. So you can tell where these people are coming from. But she's different from Mara Jade, who's also a white woman, but with red hair and more like a femme fatale. Absolutely not this blonde virginal Madonna, lol. This person, a Kylo Ben stan, right? With the Kylo and Rey in the profile picture. My God, that sounds so boring. Sometimes I wonder if Lucasfilm forgot about that essential story ingredient known as conflict. And I'm so conflicted I might not be good enough, even though I'm pretty much perfect, is not a conflict. Wow. So this is what we have been talking about Rey and her lack of conflict. The fact that she is perfect in nearly every way. Even the people that are fans of her are saying, wow, this person's way too perfect. This is not going to sell to anybody. No one is going to be interested in this if this is the way that this part of the fandom feels. That's just my opinion. You spill out the impression I feel from these attempted explanations given by authors involved in Project Luminous. I am good Jedi, but I have some annoyance. Oh, did I mention I'm good? The best of the best. I'm so excited. Should put best of the best as my username or bio, lol. Yeah, let's make t-shirts. This is just other conversation. But here is something I wanted to get into as well. This person right here, who is again a Reylo fan and an author, she wrote this book. That's basically a trans book, a bi book, something like that. But she says, what if Reylo, but trans and they communicate better, I said, and accidentally wrote a whole novel. So again, this is where these people's mindsets are coming from. She says, I usually try not to use the term Mary Sue, but wow, I am uninterested in a perfect person who has no flaws. So there you go. There you go. I have so much spite that I came home from TROS and immediately started writing a romance novel. These are people who are disappointed in that story in The Rise of Skywalker. There it is. There you have it. Just a little bit of Reylos and how they feel about Star Wars, The High Republic. And again, like I said, I gave my thoughts on it. I did say that this could have been, Project Luminous could have been this great opportunity for Lucasfilm to show that they can write a standalone story that's great, that has great continuity, that's original, and free of any of the political stuff. But then we see the whiteboard. We see how much they're focused on diversity and representation specifically. We see the bios of these new characters, and they're just not interesting. It just seems like more of the same from Lucasfilm, which is what everyone basically expected. But to then see even a lot of the Reylos in that portion of fandom with their history of being fans of Rey, to then reject this character because she's too much of a Mary Sue is nothing if not ironic. But let me know your thoughts about all of this in the comments below, about these High Republic characters, about that reaction from that part of fandom. I want to hear your thoughts. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.